Are you ready to enjoy music again? Stay right there for Neon Music Country Legacy with Randy Moore.
Thank you very much, Bert. Welcome to Neon Music Country Legacy. My name is Randy C. Moore, and I'm your host. Now it's time to get the music started. A million stars were in the sky, 4 a.m. on the 5th of July. We headed out to Toledo Bend, me and Daddy going fishing again. He said we'll be there in an hour or so. Charlie Rich was on the radio. I said, I hope that we get lucky today. He nodded his head and I heard him say, if the good Lord's willing and the mercury runs, we'll be on the water before the sun. With rods, reels, and spinner baits, we'll cast our troubles out into the lake. 'Cause life is a whole lot better when the fishing's fine. And there's a little bit of heaven at the end of that line. Now we pulled in to Choctaw Camp, eased that bass boat down the ramp. I held the rope while he parked the truck. I called myself waking up. He got us out to our honey hole. How he finds it, I never know. I said, all these trees look alike. He said, son, you can trust an old Indian guide. When the good Lord's willing and the mercury runs, we'll be on the water before the sun. With rods, reels, and spinner baits, we'll cast our troubles out into the lake. 'Cause life is a whole lot better when the fishing's fine. And there's a little bit of heaven at the end of that line. When I think about my daddy, I think about fishing. And I think about fishing every day. When I die and leave this place, I want to see my daddy's face, saying, get the rods and reels, son, we're heading to the lake. A million stars were in the sky, 4 a.m. on the 5th of July. We headed out to Toledo Bend, me and Daddy going fishing again. La 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 la. Come on, let's go fishing. La 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 la. Grab the rods and reels, how does it feel? Son, don't you wanna go fishing? Daddy, I wanna go fishing. All right, welcome to Neon Music Country Legacy. I'm your host, Randy C. Moore, and as always, we're playing the best songs you can find anywhere. And as always, we're going to hear some great music from the folks who make and write the songs. And our feature today is one of music's best. He's a gifted writer, entertainer, and a successful artist. His name is Bernie Nelson, and we've got him here in the Neon studio today as our spotlight feature. So hang on and get ready for some more music here on The Legacy.
Somebody's Praying came about on my last trip from Tennessee to Texas. I had a U-Haul, and I was driving through south of Little Rock, and I saw two guys walking down the road in the middle of the night. I didn't have room for them in my truck because I was loaded down. Getting dark, getting ready to rain, and I was sure that somewhere somebody was praying, either them or their folks or somebody that cared about them. Somebody's Praying is I think it's a powerful song. I think it's a song whose time is essential, that people need to pray, and people need to know that other people are praying. They don't feel awkward about it. I'm a Christian, so Somebody's Praying is my 2 cents on just that we are praying out there, and it's all for the good.
Somebody's crying, newborn baby on her chest, 16-year-old girl, about scared half to death. Somebody's walking out on a lonely road tonight, rain falling all around, there ain't a car in sight, and all I'm saying is there's a real good chance somebody's praying. Somebody's giving someone a second chance, 'cause he can't put that bottle down, but how she loves her man. Somebody's driving an 18 wheels, 10 hours straight. He's got a wife and 3 kids to feed, just can't stay awake. All I'm saying, now there's a real good chance somebody's praying. God, I know that there are millions asking for your grace, and I've been there 1,000 times or two. I don't know how it is you hear every single prayer. Hey, I believe that you do. Somebody's grabbing a guitar out of a pickup truck, and first day down on Music Road, hoping he's good enough. Somebody's wrapping his arms around his kids and wife. The storm blew their whole world away, but they made it out alive. And all I'm saying, yeah, there's a real good chance somebody's praying. Somebody's holding the only hand they've ever loved. They know that the time is near, but just can't give them up as the light is fading. Somebody's praying.
All right, folks. Bernie Nelson is our neon feature today. His country music roots run deep from the great composers like Guy Clark, Rodney Crowell, and Townes Van Zandt. He's a multi-platinum award winner as a songwriter and standing room only showman as well. Bernie's landed songs on records by Conway Twitty, Ricky Van Shelton, Kenny Chesney, Chris Christopherson, Wynonna, and many, many more. Yeah, this man knows his way into a great country song. He's one of the few who've achieved the multi-airplay status with a #1 hit, and it was called Daddy Was Never the Cadillac Kind by Confederate Railroad. He's written a great history with his many hit songs and shows as well. I'll tell you what, right now what we're going to do is we're going to roll through a big old block of Bernie Nelson songs and let the man himself give you some insight and some background on some of his great, great songs.
Any Stretch of Blacktop. I wrote this song with my buddy Frank Myers. Originally, Any Stretch of Blacktop was written about a guy that wanted to get away from a girl. It was requested by Rick Hall to be changed into a song that Shannon Dowood would want to sing about getting home to their loved ones and stuff. So we flipped it around. Shannon Dowood cut it for the second album, but it did not go on that album. It went on the Greatest Hits album that followed. So that's the upswing of Any Stretch of Blacktop. It's been one of my most cut songs. It's been bluegrass, recorded a couple different times, and my good buddy Marty Raybon just sings the fire out of it from Shenandoah.
I got money in my pocket and a guitar in my hand. These lonely nights without you, honey, more than I can stand. I work like a puppet, it's time to cut the string. and I won't be looking back. I'll be like a locomotive headed down a one-way track. Won't take too long, just to wait and see. As long as it will lead me back to you, any old stretch of blacktop will do. North, south, east, or west, I've been everywhere it seems. Hotel rooms and honky-tonks don't feel like home to me. I'll be stepping out the river while I'm singing a new song, knowing where I'm going, it keeps me moving on. I'll turn my collar to the wind, stick my thumb up in the air, flag a diesel down and catch a bus from anywhere. Colorado, California, even Kalamazoo. As long as it will lead me back to you, any old stretch of blacktop will do. I'll be like a locomotive heading down a one-way track. It won't take too long, just to wait and see. As long as it will lead me back to you, any old stretch of blacktop will do. North, south, east, and west, I've been everywhere it seems. Hotel rooms and honky-tonks don't feel like home to me. I'll be stepping out the river while I'm singing a new song, knowing where I'm going, keeps me moving on.
Heaven for a While is a song that came about the last day of a weekend retreat with Tracy Lawrence and a bunch of great writers. That morning, Tracy decided he wanted to write a song called Heaven for a While about a woman who he had lost. And I'd been up the night before communicating with a friend of mine from St. Jude and didn't realize how often, what mortality rate at St. Jude was, and it really moved me. We wrote this song, and it was on his The Singer album. And to this day, it's one of my most powerful cuts. A great song I wrote with Tracy Lawrence and our pal Flip Anderson and myself.
You know, someone told me once that angels don't exist, and that paradise was just a poor man's dream. Without hesitation, I could say he was mistaken, 'cause I've wrapped my arms around celestial wings. But for reasons we don't know, some aren't meant to be here long. And then one day the good Lord calls them home. Now I may never find peace or fulfill some destiny. I may be cursed just to walk this earth alone. And I never will erase the memory of her gentle face, but I can go to the other side with a smile, 'cause I knew heaven for a while. The other day I took a drive to that place up on the hill. I brought flowers and I laid them on the stone, and I sat there for some time was in a better place. Now I may never find peace or fulfill some destiny. I may be cursed just to walk this earth alone, and I never will erase the memory of her gentle face. But I can go to the other side with a smile, 'cause I knew heaven for a while. The world turns and seasons change, and rivers keep on running to the sea. Tears dry and hearts heal, and what is meant to be will always be. Now I may never find peace or fulfill some destiny. I may be cursed just to walk this earth alone, and I never will erase the memory of her gentle face. But I can go to the other side with a smile, 'cause I knew heaven, I knew heaven, I knew heaven for a while, for a while.
You're listening to
The Legacy.
Neon Music Country Legacy.
Alan Shamlin and I wrote the bluegrass song Heart of Mine for Ricky Van Shelton, and they were wrapping up the Backroads record when Alan's song plugger heard that they were looking for a bluegrass song. So she pitched Heart of Mine to Ricky Van Shelton. It got recorded on the Backroads record, and it sold a gazillion records immediately. And of course, Ricky had been Entertainer of the Year, and it's just been a really special cut of mine.
Heart of mine, what you gonna do with your lonely self this time? Well, you went and did it this time when you heard temptation call. Shame won't let you walk back and pride won't let you crawl. She'll cry when she finds out, she'll tell us both to leave. And even though you're guilty, she'll blame it all on me. Heart of mine, oh heart of mine, what you gonna do with your lonely self this time? Cross that line, you had to cross that line. I must have been a fool to listen to your heart of mine. Now can you keep on beating, acting like there's nothing wrong? Can't you feel the sorrow? Are you made of stone? What were you thinking of? You must have been out of my mind. Oh, why must I be shackled to your heart of mine? Heart of mine, oh heart of mine, what you gonna do with your lonely self this time? Cross that line, you had to cross that line. I must have been a fool to listen to your heart of mine. Heart of mine, oh heart of mine, what you gonna do with your lonely self this time? Cross that line, you had to cross that line. I must have been a fool to listen to your heart of mine. Heart of mine, oh heart of mine, what you gonna do with your lonely self this time? Cross that line, you had to cross that line. I must have been a fool to listen to your heart of mine. I must have been a fool to listen to you, heart of mine.
Looking for America is a song I really wanted to write, and was looking for the right collaborators and, of course, the right artist to bring it home. I found the right collaborator with my buddy Philip Douglas and a brand new songwriter at the time, Jeremy Bussey. It was his first ever cut. We wrote the song at radio seminar. I ran into Mark Wills, suggested that maybe he would like to listen to it, and he did, and he recorded it, and no one can sing that song better than Mark Wills. I performed it and got a standing ovation after the first verse chorus. Suggested to Mark he might want to try it out, and he said first time he played the Grand Ole Opry with it, he got an all standing ovation. And it's just been one of those songs I think to this day we still look for and hinder back to America the way we grew up with it, the safety, security, freedoms that sometimes feel like they're slipping away. Looking for America with my buddy Mark Wills.
I'm chasing down a memory of the way things used to be. Kids playing underneath an old street light, knowing they were safe when they laid down at night. I'm looking for something I ain't seen in a while. I'm looking for a factory where a man can feed his family, not worried about them moving it south, closing the doors and shutting her down tomorrow. I'm looking for America, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Seems like I just woke up one day and it was gone, long gone. But I know in my heart it's still out there. Can somebody please tell me where? I'm looking for America. I'm searching for an old church steeple where inside you'll find people who live their lives unashamed, and they ain't afraid to say God's name out loud. Yeah, I'm looking for America, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Seems like I just woke up one day and it was gone, long gone. But I know in my heart it's still out there. Can somebody please tell me where? I'm looking for America. I'm out here looking for the truth. A few folks to wave the red, white, and blue, still believe freedom isn't free, and I guess it's up to you and me to find it. Yeah, we gotta find it, 'cause we're looking for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Seems like I just woke up one day and it was gone, long gone. But I know in my heart it's still out there. Can somebody please tell me where? I'm looking for, we're all looking for, yeah, we're looking for
The song Rewind, Kyle Park and I and my pal Ben McPeak wrote with Kyle out here at my house in Fredericksburg. And it was a totally different song for us to write. Kyle brought a great melody, a great interpretation of the song, and it's gone on to impact a lot of people. I love when my songs do that, and people loved it out here in Texas and elsewhere. And it's been a big song for Kyle, and it's one of my first number ones here in Texas, and I'm real proud of it.
I'd pour the whiskey back in the bottle and put the bottle back on the shelf. Take the words "I don't love you" and put them back in my mouth. And those teardrops would have never left her eyes. And I wouldn't be here losing my mind if I could rewind. I wish I'd told my friends I was busy the day I told my grandpa no. And we'd have spent the whole day fishing down there at Canyon Cove. What I'd give to watch that bobber on his line and hear his same old stories one more time if I could rewind. Fast forward back to yesterday, I'd hit pause instead of play and take it all in, but the simple fact is you can't turn back the hands of time. Lord knows how hard I've tried, 'cause life don't always give you second chances. Yesterday, I'd hit pause instead of play and take it all in, but the simple fact is you can't rewind the hands of time. Heaven knows how hard I've tried, 'cause life don't always give you second chances. I should have went to see Merle Haggard last time he was here. I should have stopped John Paul from driving after drinking that last beer. Now it's hard to sing along to Mama Tried and pass by that wooden cross where my friend died. If I could rewind, if I could rewind, I poured the whiskey back in the bottle and put the bottle back on the shelf.
The song Walk Around Road that Randy Travis cut on his Heroes and Friends record with Chris Christopherson. There was a pitch meeting at my publishing company with Randy and Lib Hatcher and Martha Sharp from Warner Brothers, and they weren't getting anything that Randy liked, and I suggested they pitch this song, Walk Our Own Road, and Randy heard it and liked it, put it on hold, and a long time would pass because they were creating a whole new album, and Kyle Lenning, the producer, and Randy Travis both assured me the song would make the record. And when Lisa Pallas and I wrote this song, we just thought it was too lyrical, too poetic to be cut by anything but Chris Christopherson. And lo and behold, we got Christopherson to actually be part of the song. Chris Christopherson put his vocal and thumb of approval on any song of mine, of course, is a huge, huge, huge deal for me. So Walk Our Own Road with Randy Travis and Chris Christopherson will always be one of my favorite cuts.
There's doers and don'ters, and I wills and wanters, and then
don't even try. Givers and takers, movers and shakers, and them that are just passing by.
Skid rows and winos and some folks that I know that don't do like I think they should. I thought they were living their lives all wrong long before I understood.
We all have to walk our own road. We can't always go where we're told. In the end, where we'll end up, the Lord only knows. But we all have to walk our own road.
I've had some good times and I've had a good life, and I've had things going my way. I've walked the high ground with treasures that I found, and women who brightened my day.
Then there were times I was caught in the crosswinds of life, going round and around like a ship with no sail. I was caught in a gale till I finally just ran it aground. We all have to walk our own road. We can't always go where we're told. In the end, where we'll end up, the Lord only knows. But we all have to walk our own road. We all have to walk our own road. We can't always go where we're told. In the end, where we'll end up, the Lord only knows. But we all have to walk our own road.
I Can Only Love You Like a Man. I wrote that with my really good friend D. Scott Miller, who would go on to run Broken Bow Records and have cuts with Delbert McClinton and Patty Loveless, and my song plugger Mickey Foster, who's the daughter of Fred Foster, who invented the vocal booth and discovered people like Chris Christopherson and Roy Orbison and produced Willie Nelson. Mickey pitched it to a guy named Blake Mevis, who had discovered George Strait and Keith Whitley. He had a new act he wanted to record it on, and we gave it to this new kid named Tracy Atkins, who dropped the Y and became Trace. And with that song, Trace was able to secure a record deal with Capitol Records. I Can Only Love Her Like a Man was never a single on Trace, although it was scheduled to be and never became one. But Trace has always been a great friend of mine, and we're tickled to death to have the cut.
From the time you were a baby, you had this notion in your head that someone would come along and sweep you off your feet, like in all those storybooks you read. Well, if you're looking for salvation, like some damsel in distress, girl, there ain't no heroes on white horses. At least I ain't seen them yet. There ain't no knights in shining armor. There ain't no never, never land. And I won't ever walk on water. I can only love you like a man.
heaven knows I'm no angel, just flesh and bone like all the rest. I never claimed to have a halo. All I can give you is my best. And I will never try to hurt you or even give you cause to doubt that my heart is yours forever. Ain't that what true love's all about? There ain't no knights in shining armor. There ain't no never, never land. And I won't ever walk on water. I can only love you like a man. No, I won't ever walk on water. No, I can only love you like a man.
You're listening to
The Legacy.
Neon Music Country Legacy.
Betty Got a Bass Boat came about. I was at an Arby's in Dixon, Tennessee, and I saw a woman at one register and a gentleman at the other register, and she just didn't look like she might be with him because, let's just say, she wasn't the prettiest woman in Dixon County, and he was a young, good-looking guy. And they left there, hand in hand, and she got behind the wheel of a pickup truck with a brand-new bass boat on the back. And I immediately reached out to Craig Wiseman and suggested we write a song about that. So Betty Got a Bass Boat came about. It was on hold for Mark Chestnut, Confederate Railroad, Tracy Bird. When I decided to play it one night for a friend of mine, Mike Robertson, who managed Pam Tillis, Pam heard it and recorded it 3 days later. And it was a great blast for us to have Pam on board with that song. And one video of the year for CMA that year. Very cool.
Your ordinary girl, never wanted very much out of this world. Just an occasional dinner and twirl from a regular guy. So Betty set up one lonely night, trying to figure out what a man might like. Then like a bolt right out of the blue, she got herself a plan. Know She's got bowling shoes she can't lose. She's got those boys just blowing their fuse. She's got a big screen, she's in the end scene. They're even gonna make her strawberry queen. Oh, Betty's got a fast boat, Betty's got a truck. All of a sudden things are looking up. She's the most popular girl in town since she got a new camper and a hunting hound. Might be coincidental, or you just don't ever know. Other things sure got a lot better since Betty got it. Things sure got a lot better since Betty got a fast boat. Hey, get Betty. Oh, look at her go. Bye-bye, baby. Bon voyage.
The song Daddy Never Was a Cadillac Kind has always been a powerful song. From the day it first hit radio till now, 30-some years later, it speaks to a lot of people about the way they were raised, or their granddad raised them, or their parents raised them. Money can't buy you happiness. I was at a gym close by Music Row, and I was listening to some heavy metal band, and they were screaming something or another about something or another, and the word Cadillac was in there. Being ADHD, I hear purple, and I think tricycle. So Cadillac came out of that, and Dave Gibson lived close by, so Dave and I sat down. We wrote Cadillac Kind in a couple different sessions, and I'm very, very proud of that song. My dad actually got to ride in a Cadillac right before he passed away, and of course, after he did pass away, I was able to secure Daddy a Cadillac for a month or so before he passed away, so he could drive around in one and finally enjoy that. So Daddy never was a Cadillac kind, and that's a fact.
We were poor when I was a young'un. I don't remember ever going hungry. Daddy made sure we didn't do without. I went to school with some of these fellas. They had money and I was jealous. I didn't know then what I know now. Daddy'd say you can't judge a book by looking at the cover. It's what's inside that really matters. Daddy never was the Cadillac kind. He said some things just glitter and shine. Taught us that love was the one thing money couldn't buy. Daddy never was the Cadillac kind. I left home right out of high school. Got me a big car, thought it was real cool. Cruising around the old neighborhood. I'd see Daddy after church on Sunday. Say you'll have to go riding with me someday. Just said no, I never understood. He asked me how I bought it, I told him on credit. Daddy just smiled, I'll never forget it. Daddy never was the Cadillac kind. He said some things just glitter and shine. Taught us that love was the one thing money couldn't buy. Daddy never was the Cadillac kind. It took a while, but now I'm grown. Settled down with kids of my own. The more I give them, the more they want. Daddy left us last November. I don't remember him ever looking better, all laid out in his Sunday best. I'm sure instead of all that attention, all he'd have wanted was a few words mentioned. A simple man, simple gently laid to rest. As they drove him away in that big Cadillac with a tear in my eye, I had to laugh. 'Cause Daddy never was the Cadillac kind. He said some things just glitter and shine. Well, just this once, I hope Daddy enjoyed the ride. 'Cause Daddy never was the Cadillac kind. I know my daddy never was the Cadillac kind.
Song Nothing's Gonna Bother Me Tonight was really probably one of the fastest right to cuts I've ever had. Alan Shamlin, who I wrote lots of things with, who wrote The House That Built Me and I Can't Make You Love Me. Alan and I were writing in an office, and Wendy Waldman, who produced Forrester Sisters, came in. And Wendy said, we need a song for the Forrester Sisters, up-tempo, about the girls going out in the town and having a big time. We wrote it that day. Wendy loved it, and I think it was recorded like it was just a really cool chance happening.
It's been a long week, so behind me now. Everything could go wrong. Went wrong somehow, but when I heard that whistle blow, I let it go and now it's gone. Long gone. When the stars come out tonight, you know that I'm gonna be singing a new song. I wanna dance all night till the break of dawn. Can't help feeling nothing can go wrong. If it does, it'll be alright. Nothing's gonna bother me tonight. Let it rain, baby, let it snow. Never mind the weather, let that hurricane blow. I got a jingling in my pocket, feel like a rocket, don't you know? I left those blues behind me. The woman there can't find me. I'm heading for that old lace floor. I wanna dance all night till the break of dawn. Can't help feeling nothing can go wrong. If it does, it'll be alright. Nothing's gonna bother me tonight. I wanna dance all night till the break of dawn. Can't help feeling nothing can go wrong. If it does, it'll be alright. Nothing's gonna bother me tonight. I'm gonna dance all night till the break of dawn. Can't help feeling nothing can go wrong. If it does, it'll be alright. Nothing's gonna bother me tonight.
You're listening to
The Legacy.
Neon Music Country Legacy.
So, House on a Lonesome Road with Conway, Twitty. A friend of mine lived in Colorado Springs in Garden of the Gods, and he lived on Lonesome Road. And he came to visit me in Nashville one time, and I noticed his ID on his checked bag, and it said 909 Lonesome Road, and I took it to my buddy Dave Gibson, and the two of us wrote it. And as I recall, it was on hold for either Skip Ewing or Steve Warner, and somehow Conway heard it. And Dave and I didn't even know that Conway had heard it, let alone was going to record it. And we found out one night while we were out celebrating something else that we had the new Conway Twitty single. So that's a pretty cool way to find out you had Conway Twitty's last big hit.
Every night it's the same old grind. I leave work at 5:05. Been doing my best to forget about her, but she's driving me out of my mind. When I get home, I know what I'll find. How I wish that it wasn't so. There'll be no one there to hold me tonight in that house on Old Lonesome Road. I recall how we laughed when we read the name in the paper before we moved in. After we did, our friends all asked if that house was lonesome back then. We were so young, our dreams were so new, there's just no way that we could have known the irony of the place where we loved, that house on Old Lonesome Road. It's only shingles and shutters and a case of worn out stairs. Just like my old heart, they need repair. Maybe I should sell it. Yeah, maybe that would be the best. Maybe then someone else could find some love at that address. I used to love that old house so much back before she went away. Now everything there is just gathering dust. I should clean it up if I'm gonna stay. But I don't have too much time anymore. I'm too busy talking to ghosts, 'cause her memory keeps me company in that house on Old Lonesome Road. It's only shingles and shutters and a case of worn out stairs. Just like my old heart, they need repair. Maybe I should sell it. Yeah, maybe that would be the best. Maybe then someone else could find some love at that address. Every night it's the same old grind. I leave work at 5:05. Been doing my best to forget about her, but she's driving me out of my mind.
We're so glad you could join us today on Neon Music Country Legacy with our amazing feature on Bernie Nelson. Thanks for sharing today with us, Mr. Nelson. Now, thanks for tuning into this radio station, and tune in again next week for another installment of Neon Music Country Legacy. I'm your host, Randy C. Moore. If you'd like more info about our show or would like to give us a shout-out, We are on Facebook at Neon Music Country Legacy. You can find more out about your friendly neighborhood host at Randy C. Moore Music. That's Randy, initial C, Moore, M-O-O-R-E, Music, on Facebook, or go to randycmoore.com. Hey folks, I want to introduce you to this song of mine right now. It's called Lukenbach. And the thing about Lukenbach is it's just a little bitty place in Texas. And there's two kind of people that go to Lukenbach. There's the kind of people that go there and they say, is this it? And then there's other people that go there and say, this is it. Here's a song from my current album, Lukenbach, for all the folks who say, this is it. Here's Lukenbach.
Working the time clock, dead on our feet. Too many nights going to bed, just going to sleep. Ending the days like they begun, never dancing to the beat of the drum. Leaving me begging the questions I'm asking you now. Do you want to go to Lukenbach, wailing and wailing, feeling no pain? Or go walking up, drive off the road, make a little loving in the summer rain. Take another trip to Arizona, watching the sunrise over the mountaintop. When you're in love, it doesn't take a lot, like you was going back to Lukenbach. We've seen tropical beaches full of beautiful people working on tans, but people on top of other people are a traffic jam. Taking those selfies, waiting in line, telling their friends this is the life. I hope they never discover where we're going now. Do you want to go to Lukenbach, wailing and wailing, feeling no pain? Or go walking up, drive over the road, make a little loving in the summer rain. Take another trip to Arizona, watching the sunrise over the mountaintop. When you're in love, it doesn't take a lot, like you was going back to Lukenbach, where the complicated tears and the fabricated fears drift away. Forget about yesterday. Come on, baby, let me take you away. Do you want to go to Lukenbach, wailing and wailing, or feeling no pain? Or go walking up, drive off the road, make a little loving in the summer rain. Take another trip to Arizona, watching the sunrise over the mountaintop. When you're in love, it doesn't take a lot, like you was going back to Lukenbach. When you're in love, it doesn't take a lot, like you was going back to Lukenbach. We're going back to Lukenbach.
Thank you for listening to Neon Music Country Legacy with Randy Moore. I'm Bert Gagnon. Stay well, stay safe, enjoy music again.